Well, hello there. It's time for another story. This time we're talking about the soccer.
It's just soccer.
I'm going to tell you a story about how the sports could have altered my life forever. And now I'm Uncle Rico from, what's that weird movie? Napoleon Dynamite. Isn't that his name, Uncle Rico?
I used to be able to throw a pigskin quarter mile.
Subscribe, hit the notification bell, as always. Just keep hitting it. Actually, don't hit it twice, because then I think it undoes it. So just hit it once. So I went to an elementary school called East Central. I went up to grade 7, 7th grade for those American viewers. And so we played hockey. Well, the guys played hockey, the girls played broomball. It's just the way it was. Don't send me angry letters.
It's like you don't even care.
Volleyball, we both played volleyball, track and field, soccer, flag. We have flag football one year. Here's the thing. Our school was a smaller school. Maybe like West Central was smaller. I don't know. But East Central was a pretty small school, so to compete against the big schools, the Red Wings and the Spruce Homes, and some of the other schools like Paddockwood and Albertville, they had like older kids. They had like 8th grade and 9th grade.
I have a little bit of a problem with old people.
The girls had some trophies in the old trophy case. They had some volleyball trophies, but we had nothing. Never did. The closest we came in hockey, we had a decent hockey team. We went to like the semifinals like 2 years. Sports were grade 5, 6, and 7. That's when you played the sports against other schools and the track meet. Track meet did okay. I got some ribbons. I got some second place ribbons. The big trophy was one of the big trophies. The girls volleyball, but for the guys was soccer. And this one year we had a decent soccer team. This is what happened. The gym teacher didn't know anything about soccer. I ran into him later. I have a BA in anthropology, and I was going to go back and get like a 2-year post-academic BEd, a Bachelor of Education, so I could teach. And I took a year of it, and then I got a sitcom pilot. I was going to try to find at least a picture of it. I have no footage of this sitcom.
And I know he's probably lying.
I played Constable Bob. I was a RCMP officer that talked like this.
That is super annoying.
I got distracted. I was going to tell you about this. So one of the teachers, this particular teacher who set this thing up, I ran into him a year later when I was starting to take my education degree. And it was at this function. I was doing stand-up there. So I was just starting to do stand-up, but I was also going to get my BEd. And at the end of the show, I'm talking to him. He goes, "Hey, it's my teacher." I'm not going to say his name. And he was just so not happy about being a teacher. I was asking him, "So, how you still teaching?" "Yeah, I'm still teaching." He just hated it. He even said, "Oh, these kids are so awful. I just hate these kids." It's like, thanks. I'm going to become a teacher. So maybe it's a good thing that I didn't after my teacher. It really made it seem like the worst job in the world. He was just tired, I guess. He was ready to retire. Hey, here's the thing about a lot of people talk about how there's teachers, they're just so fantastic, these fantastic people in their life. And I had some good ones. Mr. Dukin comes to mind in Westmore, my junior high. And I've had some others. I'm not going to name the good and the bad, but there were some bad ones as well. Like one of the things I recognized about school is the teacher will always find a time within the day to humiliate you at least once in the day in front of all the other kids. Hey, I'm going to humiliate. See, now I'm stuttering. You're sending me right back to the stress of school. And I never even used to stutter back then, but now it's coming.
I don't know how to fix this.
There's some good ones out there. If you're one of my old teachers and you're like, "I was good," then you probably were. If you're like, "that's probably me," then you're a jerk. Anyway, Mr. Clark, I'm looking at you. That's high school. That's the only one I'm going to name who I just absolutely don't like. Still don't. You're a jerk. You were a jerk. Never listened to me. You just assumed I was a bad kid from one incident. And then from then on, you were a jerk.
That escalated quickly.
So anyway, this teacher, this previous one I was talking about, who didn't like kids, he didn't like kids back then too. I noticed that. But he sent us out just to play soccer. This was like, we didn't really have practice time, but every lunch hour we'd play, and then every gym class we'd play. All he did was this. He set up the teams. He split us into 2 teams, and we just played each other every single lunch and every single class. I just remember we were the Cosmos, because like NASL, and North American Soccer League, was the thing back then. So we were the Cosmos, and I think we played, I can't remember if they were the Blizzard, which would have been the Toronto team, or the Whitecaps, which would have been the Vancouver team. But we were the Cosmos. That's all I know.
This seems to fit the bill.
Yeah, definitely.
And we had so much fun. We just played soccer, so we actually got pretty good. But here's the thing: he didn't coach us. There was never any strategy, so we got good. But we didn't even know the rules. Like we didn't even know. Like after, after you score, the opposing team gets the ball. Like gets a kick off. We treated it like football. So we just booted as far. If somebody scored on us, we got to give them the ball right back, is what we thought. We didn't do that. I'm just going to kick it forward a little bit, and now we've got some strategy. We just like lined up for like a football. There we go. And just booted it down and chased after it. Hopefully we can get the ball. So not the best strategy for a soccer team. But we played a lot. And it was the reps, baby. It was the reps. That's how we got good. And so we were playing Albertville, who was one of the perennial top teams. Albertville and Meath Park were the two, because they had older kids. They had like grade 8 and grade 9.
Here we go with this guy again.
I don't know if they let them play, but that's what we told ourselves every time they beat us. So we were playing them, and this is how much we didn't know the rules. We knew hockey, so we just like hockey is soccer is basically boot hockey. In fact, I believe we did call it boot hockey. That's how Canadian we were. Everything in Canada is just something hockey. Oh, the basket hockey? Yeah, let's play some basket hockey.
I don't believe you.
So we played. We were playing Albertville. I actually scored the first goal, but it got called back on an offside, and I was like, offside? It's not even any blue lines. Like I had no idea that there's an actual offside. That's how little we knew. And then the ref was like, no, you can't. Like, if you're familiar with soccer or footy, maybe I have some international fans.
I wouldn't count on it.
Obviously, offside is, you can't be past the last defender and until the ball is. But I didn't know that. And it bounced up off my knee and in. And I was like, yeah, we scored first. And they're like, that doesn't count. What? What are you talking about? Anyway, we ended up beating them for some reason. We still ended up beating them, and we were one game away from winning a trophy, and we were losing our minds.
That I believe.
So here's the thing: we had the trophy because Albertville won it the year before, so we had the trophy on the bus on the way to play Meath Park in the finals, and we're just losing our minds. We're like, hey, we're all touching it. Probably got a little too excited. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. We probably need to focus up a little bit.
Seems to be a common theme.
You know what I found? I haven't done this in a while, and I was like, I'm going to be a little rusty. You know what I'm not rusty at? Tangents. I still seem to be pretty good with the tangents, going off and trailing off, talking about nothing.
Oh, I agree wholeheartedly, but then...
So we're in the finals. We're playing Meath Park. They got older kids. That's our excuse. And they go up 1-0, and we're losing our minds.
You've said that 3 times already.
Right near the end of the game, we have a couple minutes left. And Meath Park, one of their guys touches the handball right in the box. Handball right in the box. We get a penalty kick. Boom, we score. It's all of a sudden 1-1. Now we got a shot, and we're losing our minds.
4 times.
Buses, country school. We got to be back in time, so we can't be here forever. So they had a quick little overtime. And then they were going right to shootout after that. Penalty kicks. Shootout is hockey. I'm sorry. This boot hockey is tough to describe.
This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
And here's the thing that would have probably changed and altered my career, my life forever.
Better believe things have been different.
Overtime, extra time. I did have an opportunity. The ball came to me. I was onside. Even with their soccer rules, I was onside. The ball came there, and I kicked right away without. If I would have just taken a second and placed it, we probably would have went home with that trophy.
No doubt in my mind.
But the ball came in front by my foot, and I just booted it, and I just missed the far post. I was going for the corner, and I missed it.
You're a loser.
which sent it to penalty kicks. And I was out of 5. I was the 5th kicker, and I didn't even get a chance to kick, which is maybe for the best since I just missed an overtime one anyway. I had a chance to be the hero. I had a chance. I feel like if I could go back in a time machine,
Time travel?
I've already looked into it for myself.
if I could have scored that goal, my whole life would be different. I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I'd probably be in a castle somewhere overlooking my kingdom. That's metaphorical kingdom.
It's not a metaphor.
Because if I didn't mess that up, you would never hear these stories. I'm trying to spin it positive. I feel like I did that.
Right on.